Star Trek Discovery Season 5 has finally ended, and I gotta say, what a great ending to this show. This show is an interesting show with the Star Trek universe because this show came out, fans were pretty mixed. I think a lot of people who did watch this show at first really hated it for the most part. There were some fans that enjoyed it despite its flaws and things like that, and I'm one of those. Um, but as the show progressed, it slowly got better. The writing and slowly got better, and it started to feel more and more like a classic feeling Star Trek show, and especially with this season. And I think that's really a testament to how much lately the Star Trek shows have turned around. I was not a fan of Lower Decks until season 4 came around, and actually, was it season 4 or season 4? My bad. That show really turned around my opinion on that show. Strange New Worlds came out and was a breath of fresh air to the other Star Trek shows. Star Trek Picard, fans loathed Star Trek Picard. And then season 3 came out and turned around the show. And I think this is a good sign for the Star Trek universe and things like that. I mean, there's still problems with the Star Trek universe currently, which is that we're not really doing a good job of getting new fans into this property. And, you know, and that's a big problem. We haven't had a new movie in a long time, though that's currently being worked on. I think Paramount's listening to us and trying to get that made. But I think there's a lot of things right now with Star Trek that need fixing, but these shows really aren't the problem. In some ways, they're the problem where they do need to get new fans in, and these aren't great entry points. Though honestly, let's remember, even though as we as Star Trek fans may hate Star Trek shows or movies, actually, let's leave movies out of the equation. Every Star Trek show is a Trekkie's first. Someone will watch Discovery and that is their Star Trek. I'm just saying, someone watched Deep Space Nine, Enterprise, Next Generation, the original series. One of those was their entry point, and that's what got us into this fandom. So I want to, at least, not harp on shows too much. If they don't work, they don't work. I'll criticize that. I think, honestly, though, I think this is a perfect season. The way the wonderful goodbyes at the end of this episode really did a lot for me emotionally. I really grew attached to this crew and this team by the end of the show. Even at first, when I didn't like them. I mean, there's still, and even a lot of the weirder dialogue choices and things that didn't really feel Star Trek-esque in some of the scripts for earlier episodes and seasons wasn't really here this season. I think the pacing was a lot better this season. Just every episode felt like it was building to this heartfelt goodbye, and I'm really happy with what we did with this latest season, and I think it's just wonderful. Yeah, so it's always good when a show that you watch for 5 seasons ends on a high note, but it's even more impressive when the show didn't start out on a high note and ends on a high note. And I think that's a great sign for Discovery, and I am excited to talk about more Star Trek shows later this year. Really happy about all that. Let me know your thoughts. Like, share, and subscribe. And guess for watching.